Now, usually you would have a bigger chunk of music to do this exercise with. Depending on how difficult the piece is and depending on how much time you have, you then change it depending. And what I like to do is phrase by phrase, particularly in pieces like this, because you see an overarching pattern. This is where it starts, this is where it ends. And instead of learning it in smaller chunks like bar by bar, it helps to pull the whole things together. Another thing that I encourage my students to do is to play scales. We use scales for two main things. For dexterity, so strengthening our hands, for the ability to play things fast, more intricately, to introduce finger numbers, all of those sort of things. And the other reason why we like to learn scales is for analysis, deepening our understanding of pieces, particularly if we're starting to write our own pieces. Today I want to talk about using it for dexterity or using it for warm-ups. A lot of my students, particularly when they're first learning scales, like to do something where they pull their wrist up and down whenever they're tucking their thumb under, because it's a new skill that they're learning, so a lot of the time it's overcompensated for. In this case, we'll be looking at D major. So for this exercise, I'll over-dramatize it a little bit. Sometimes what tends to happen is when you lift your thumb under and tuck it under to put it on G, and then what also happens is that you're less accurate with those notes, is that our wrist goes up and down like this, which means we can control the sound less, and it means we can play the scale slower.